Yeah, yeah, yeah. Davo Logan, 3 balls in, Jew ball vibes. Sit back on the couch, let's ride. We chillin' on the sofa talking Jew ball life. From the field to the mic, man, it's feeling just right. Pray with the donuts, soft for Charmin too. Cootie got the meats, always cooking up the crew. Prime got the beats, Lego Bomb got the throw. Rook better settle down, everybody know. Wizard in the corner, Bert in the bushes, Rabbin sneaking round. Watch your tushes. It's 3 balls in, Jew ball style. Davo and Logan make the couch worthwhile. Still looking for the third, where's it gonna begin? Football, friendship, yeah. 3 balls in. IJWT, that's the motto we spin. But Yaron still can't find a way to win. Ernie dreaming, Paris sipping wine by the scene. While we laughing in the huddle, run it back again. Davo the GM, calling shots with the plan. Logan riding shotgun, microphone in his hand. From the league to the laughs, man, you know we gon' win.
Good. All right, boys, here we go. 3 balls in. You got Logan, you got Davo. We have our guest host. It's Braun.
DJs. Braun. Yes, sir.
Here we are, season 5, episode 2. No need for any fluff. Let's dive right in. Let's start with a little bit of a season recap. 3 weeks in, and let's talk about it. I've already played, so I obviously can't talk about it. Davo, thoughts on so far, first 3 weeks?
Let's talk about the elephant or the gorilla in the room. Lego Bomb. He really is that dude. It's just like you thought maybe there would be a learning curve. You know, Dax, he played very, very well his first couple weeks, but you know, he had players that he was using. Lego Bomb comes in basically not playing with anybody and playing against the best and just dominating competition.
Dominating is like the perfect word, honestly, because it's been ridiculous until he played with me. He's not been losing, but overall, I mean, yeah, he's got to be the story of the season at this point. We were kind of, how is he going to adjust the Jew ball? How is he going to take it? The answer to all of that is perfect. He's right now, he's the guy. We got to go out there and beat him. Dax came in and put our league in a position one time. We can't let Lego Bomb do the same thing, so we need to get it together. But he's been amazing. A great guy to be around. Great guy in the chat. He's been a star.
That brought me nicely to my next question. Where has he been more impressive, on the chat or on the field?
The chat.
The chat, right? I totally agree.
The chat just overall. I mean, what do you say?
Just like you didn't say in your hand.
Yeah. No, but like, I can't remember the last time someone came in and on and off the field felt this comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, he feels like a Jew.
Maybe
he feels like he's always supposed to have been here. So.
He feels like an old glove, right? Just
we're glad you're home. We're glad you're home. We're ready to beat your ass.
Davo?
Listen, I mean, also, by the way, for those who missed out and those who are kind of new to Jew Ball, bowl games are the best. You missed the Pittman Bowl. It was a fantastic game. Prime finally actually won that game.
Yep.
Which is clearly why it
doesn't count. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're new to Jew Ball and you're new to TBI or you just suck and you didn't do it anyways, sign up for bowl games. I'm telling you, bowl games are second level to snow games. Anything after that is just
whole tier down.
For sure.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic, which obviously this is our week 1. 4 teams are playing this week. So let's dive into our matchups. We got Stogies versus Gorillas. We got Semi-Pro versus Green Machine. Let's dive into the first game, Stogies versus Gorillas. I'll break it down like I normally do. Davo will then break it down in his 32 components, and then Prime will probably just say yes. But sure, let's dive into this one. Stogies versus Gorillas. At quarterback, we got Yaron versus the aforementioned Lego Bomb. Yaron's coming into this game with 21 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, for an average of 2.6 TDs for every interception he throws, where Lego's coming in with 6 TDs, granted 13 passing, 3 rushing, and 4 interceptions, which is an average of 4 TDs per interception. Both QBs are actually playing great. In fact, I'd messaged Yaron this past week. I thought he played well in game 2. Both QBs are playing great for the first few weeks of the season, but Lego is throwing INTs at a significantly lower rate than Yaron. Plus, you add on what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. He's got 3 picks in 4 games, and I like Lego giving him the edge here, so edge to the Gorillas. We go to line. You got, for the Gorillas, for the Stogies, you got DK, Daxi, Burt, and Blitz, versus for the Gorillas, Logic, BZ, Normally, Oren would be on that team, but he's not playing this week. So, not that Logic and BZ aren't good linemen, quite the contrary, but going up against one of the best linemen in the game, DK, and what I would think would be a refreshed Daxi looking to kind of prove himself once again, I think this is a no-brainer here. Advantage Stogies. Lastly, we go to the wide receivers. For the Stogies, you got Gronk, Stella, Ross, and MK. And then for the Gorillas, you got Mighty, Goldberg, The Rook, Zada, and Deutsch. This brings me back to high school here because this one's super tight. Assuming Gronk and Mighty are a wash, both can take over a game on either side of the ball. So let's assume that that's a wash for both teams. Gorillas are deeper. And don't forget, Rook is a Super Bowl MVP. Goldberg had MVP seasons that were really derailed by injury. So I'm going to go with the advantage of the Gorillas here. And I know that Stogies have a dominant line, but I think Lego's legs will keep them in check and possibly even frustrate them. I've got Gorillas winning this relatively easily with a 5-2 or a 5-3 victory. Let's go to Davo next. What do you got on this one?
Wow. Way to hey, I just broke down the whole game. Dable, why don't you say something?
That's what we do every week. We have League Week.
You could take my line to say yes.
Basically, I'm just gonna bring up a couple points because I basically agree with you that they win on almost every position of the field except for maybe line, because DK is such an animal. But I want to mention this. Between Daxi, Ross, MK, and Blitz, how many games have they played so far this season?
Because you're asking, I'm going to say none, but I haven't looked.
One.
Ah!
And that was actually MK. MK's the only one. So Daxi hasn't played in who knows how long. Ross hasn't played in who knows how long. And Blitz, I don't think he played since he headbutted Prey in the face.
Good times.
Listen, it was a good shot. So the question is how are they gonna, listen, we need preseason, we get winded. Now we just had, all the holidays. How are their bodies gonna hold up? If Daxi can't play both sides of the ball, then they lose that line battle a little bit because whoever you're replacing him might not be as intimidating, as fast as. So I'm curious to see there. I have it as a much different score. You have 5-2. What is that? If you calculate that, we might actually
35-14.
Okay, so I have it as 40 to 18.
You have a very different there, right?
In the Gorillas. I mean,
it's an extra touchdown and less extra points. But yeah, no, I got it. 40. You think they're putting up 40?
I mean,
that's like potentially 6 touchdowns.
That's basically what Lego's been doing every game.
All right. So you got a 40 to 18, so like a 6-3 score. Prime, any thoughts on this game?
Yeah. Yes, I think I was supposed to say, but I do think Gorillas take the win. I definitely don't think it's gonna be as easy as you guys think it'll be. I agree with the positional ratings, but there's two wild cards I feel like we have to address. One, Gronk at times is one of the most unstoppable players Juball's ever seen. So if Gronk is on, it makes the game very interesting no matter who he's playing with, who he's playing against. Gronk is a dog. Then you have to factor in Iran did beat Roll Tide their first league week. Wait, what were we talking about again?
I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm so glad that you brought that out.
But I do though. All jokes aside, he's always shown
week one player.
Not that he's a great week one player because he's lost to Bob multiple times in week one. Never, Roll Tide can never do that. But I just think that Yaron, he steps up in these moments. When people expect him to be really bad, when you really expect him to win, he's gonna rip your heart out and lose. But when you really expect him to lose, he's just gonna lose. He's not gonna get that. So I think he's gonna go out there. He's gonna play well. I think Gronk in the middle of that defense with that pass rush is gonna be a real interesting thing for Zagelbaum to have to navigate. But I do think they get the win. I think it'll be about 35-27. I think it'll be close. I think your own will make it close at least at the end.
Meaning, so you see it as like a 5-4, essentially close game. By the way, if the Stogies win, I don't think Gronk has less than 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like if the Stogies won, it's because Yaron and Gronk had a connection and something came from that, right? That's how I see it.
Sneakily, probably Gronk 3, DK 2.
Oh,
They
interesting.
put up
Yeah, well,
5. The DK has been
yeah.
lights out. So
All right, let's move on to our second game, semi-hard versus Green Machine. So for quarterback, you've got Prey for semi-hard and Avenger for Green Machine. I I would go into this one, but like, sorry, Avenger, there's no real point. You got a guy who's got multiple championships, multiple MVPs. He's throwing more than 4 touchdowns for every interception he throws. Whereas Avenger, again, a smaller sample size. I think he has 1 or 2 games, but he's thrown 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So again, Prey does it on defense, he does it on offense. So this will be an advantage for the semi-hards. So moving on to line, this is interesting. You got Solo, Kut, and Sam for semi-pro, and Open, Davo, and Kagan for Green Machine. Another really, really close one here. I have Open as the top lineman in this game, so I'll give the slight advantage to Green Machine, but it's really, really close here. And then lastly, moving on to wide receivers. For semi-pro, you got Portal, Stats, Storm, Vague, and Schiffler. I got for Green Machine, I got Ice, Dax, Berkowitz, Steve-O, and Tom. With Ice and Dax, I think semi-pro secondary is going to look exactly that. So advantage to Green Machine. This game, I think, comes down to 2 factors. Number one is, can Avenger use all the shiny toys that Davo gifted him? And number two is, can Prey still do Prey things? I do think Prey will be able to move the ball on the ground and pick up chunks here and there, but I think that I don't know if he'll be able to put enough points to win. So like I think he'll be able to get some yardage here or there, but when it comes to getting it in the end zone, I don't know if that happens. I think this actually is a close, low-scoring game. 3-2 final score. I probably could go either way, but because I don't want to sit on the fence, I'm going to take Green Machine with a 3-2 week 1 victory. Davo, this is your team. Why don't we go to Prime and see what he has to think? I don't know how much or how little you'd like to talk about this one.
oh, thank you. First off, I think praise the best. Um, I do want to say though, Levenger. I know this year's got off a little rocky, but Levenger has shown last year plenty of spot starts. He can really game. We know Levenger can game. He's a great pass rusher. He's a very good quarterback, and he's dynamic with the ball in his hands. So I'm still taking Prey in that situation, but Levenger is a dog, and he's gonna put up a fight. Um, I really like Green Machine. I think they have a lot of talent. They have a really good GM there. You know, he's got everybody working hard. I love Ice and Open playing together. Can't stand Open, but I do like them playing together. It's a real great tandem. I still think semi-pro gets the win. Um, I've learned not to bet against Prey unless I'm actively there trying to destroy him myself. So I don't think I can bet against him. Um, he has shown to do things that make no sense. And last year, some people were saying that Gorillas wasn't the strongest team at the beginning of the year, and Gorillas all the way with a championship. And that was a team effort. I think everybody there contributed, especially DK.
And
But-
all of Jubal. What do you mean?
All the people not on the team.
The entire couch might have played in that game. Yeah.
Please, you're real bad. Listen, I I'm not gonna bet against Prey in any of these situations. So I think Prey and them get the win. I do think it's also close, and I actually did have 3-2 as well. But like 21-18 ish kind of thing, like closer 3-2,
Yeah.
like almost like a 3-3.
Gotcha. Yeah. No one could ever fault you for picking Prey's team. That I think like it's almost like, hey, what do you think about Kansas City to the field? You're like, well, on one hand, I do get the
Yeah.
field. On the other hand, they have Patrick Mahomes. So like,
Yeah.
no one can blame you for that. Davo, I don't know how much you want to break down or how much you want to
I don't care.
contribute on. Oh, go for it. Give us your whole game plan. So
Keep it separate.
so talk to me. Where?
Okay, so get your whole game.
Yeah, exactly. Give me everything.
First off, I just want to say that Prime's hate on Open is not fair just because he couldn't draft him to Roll Tide. Also, he was just trying to build the whole team. Listen, never forget.
No.
Roll Tide sucks. Okay. So one thing I'll say, so the line of Open and Davo is actually the only line that's playing on Sunday that has 2 championship winners.
This guy is
Wow.
What's that?
Where did you pull that stat out of?
It's just a fact. It was really a dig at Clippy.
I do think I want to take Lego's line here and say the smartest thing that came out of your mouth.
So listen, I'm gonna give the lines, the wide receivers, the DBs, all those to Green Machines. I think semi-pro or semi-hard. has Prey, which gives them an advantage there. I do see it as a close game. I see it as a much higher scoring game. I always feel in my mind that week ones are always higher scoring. The defenses are kind of learning each other out. Mistakes get made, flags get misses because people are still trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
I see it as a 32-26 victory. I think it's gonna
One
be
score game.
a one score game. So whatever that is, math guy, he knows.
32-26. So you're
Yeah.
saying you put up 5 touchdowns to
So
their
four,
3 or 4?
5-4, yeah, 5-4. Well, so it's 3-2, five
Could be
four.
3 with the eights, but
Listen,
anyway,
that's
yeah.
why the numbers just sound good. I think it's like a one score game. I think it's going to be a very physical game. I think it's going to be a really good game, and I think it's the marquee matchup of the
This week.
week. Yeah.
You mean of the 2 games?
But if I
This is
didn't,
the better of the two?
and if I didn't state it clear, it's 32-26 for Green Machine.
Yeah, you're picking Green Machine. You're
I
not
know
going to be,
there's controversy.
it's happened on TVI before where you've picked the other team and no one was happy with it.
I just want to.
And I was right.
I know you mentioned him a little bit earlier, but the Rook has been playing so good. So watch out because his game is going to be ridiculous. I think that's the game to watch because Rook and Zago Bomb's going to be plus mighty.
But you don't want to see Prey lose.
Never know.
I don't want to hear anything. Move on.
Boys, that is our Weague Leak 1 preview. Now let's move on to a segment that we like to call Ernie's Enigma. We need a theme song for this, so if anyone has one, if you guys know anyone who sings and could write a theme song for this, that'd be fabulous.
A little
Oh,
jingle.
Jaxie sings.
Taxi sings.
Jaxie does sing.
So does Cookie.
Oh, Cookie sings.
Huh? Oh, interesting. Anyway, take it away, Ernie.
We're back. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Hey, Jubal. Figured with the league starting this week, we'd make this one league related. So riddle me this, or a question, or wonderment, if you will. Who is the only quarterback to go a full league season without winning a single regular season game? Tell me, who is it? I will not make this one multiple choice. Think through the quarterbacks. Figuring this one you guys could think through on your own.
You go first? All right. So a QB who went a full league season without winning a single regular season game. That's who we're looking for, right? Prime as our guest. So, sorry. The last time we did this, Davo and I both got it right, so we're both 1-0. Prime, what are your what are your thoughts here?
Mine's worth 3, so I can catch up.
Fair
Or
enough.
2, so I
No,
can
you can still have 3
We're going to print your face and we're going to put it on the big board once we get one.
on the wall. We'll just get like stickies all over the wall.
Fatheads?
Yeah. All right, Prime. What do we got? Who do you think is the quarterback that Ernie is talking about?
Okay. I don't know how you guys are going to do it, but I'm going to go with the quarterback and the year.
Oh,
Well, not the
fancy
year, but
pants.
the season.
The season. Yeah.
So didn't win a regular season league game.
Correct.
League
League game, right?
Regular season league game. It's your own. I'm sorry. I really wanted it to not be you this time, buddy. It's your own, and it's the first season of leagues because if I'm correct, 193 went like 0-3-1, or I don't know if he had 4 or 5 games a year, but like 0-4-1,
You know, it could've been
0-3-1,
4 or something.
like 0-3-1, and then they beat everybody. Well, they beat Fight Club and then lost. So
Yeah.
you're on.
They cheated.
Davo?
I was gonna say your own. Listen, I was racking my brain out first. I thought maybe Perla. Maybe he lost a couple games, then he got hurt. Did he come back in time?
Yeah.
Same thing with Prey. I don't even know if he ended up playing maybe 1 or 2 league games. I wasn't sure. Did he win them? Did he not win them? The year he went also to the championship and lost. But then I thought back and I said, oh yeah, Yaron never won a game until he cheated and beat us in the playoffs. So I too will take Yaron in the first league season, whatever year that was, 2021.
I think it was 20,
I think it was
2021.
2020. So initially when I hear the question, my first thought is, okay, well, what are some of like the bad league teams we've had, right? So Purple Cobras come to mind. Again, love Perla, but not a great league team. But we know that they had 1 win, and he was the only one who quarterbacked for them. Then you think back, oh, maybe it was an injury, right? Like Prey with torn ACL, maybe he didn't either play that play in that season or fight with Fight Club, had a bunch of injuries where he didn't play. Like what the hell's his name came in, Flash came in, and it was disaster. But like again, like when you none of those teams went winless. So then you're like, okay, well, the odds are the quarterbacks played for those teams because they have a victory. So then we got to go back to the 193, to the Ass Man, to like the original, to where it all started. And I agree with you guys. I think it's got to be your own. Not to mention, Ernie kind of loves to throw a little shade that way.
It's
So,
such a punch.
like, there's no way he was going to have a trivia like that where Prey was the answer.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? So, like, so anyway, so yeah, all three of us go with our own.
I'm surprised you thought that because you actually played, so you shouldn't know what happened.
But yeah, that's fair. You're right. But there were plenty of games that he played in the 193 played that I didn't. So we're good. We're good there.
All right, let's take a look.
Let's take a look at the answer, boys. What do we got?
Well, if you answered Perla, you'd be incorrect. If you answered Rabin, well, you'd be wrong. The answer is none other than the creator of Leagues himself, Yaron Jabroni Markfeld. In the inaugural season of Jubal, he did not win a single regular season game. Now, he did somehow go on to play in the championship, which I have no idea how that worked. But anyway, let's see how he does this season. Good luck to all the leagues, all the teams in the leagues. And have a great season, everybody. Stay healthy.
All right, boys. Well, 2-0, 3-0. What so far, Ernie's Enigmas has been a big hit. We love these questions. Let's keep them coming, Ernie. Now let's move on to something that we normally save for the chat, but because Prime is here in person, we figured it'd be the most appropriate thing to talk about. We're gonna do a live tier talk. And this topic holds a very special place in Prime's heart. The topic that we will go through, and each of us will go one by one, we'll go 3, 2, and then 1. What is your favorite Jet failure? You heard us right. There is a huge long list to choose from, but what is your favorite Jet failure? Prime, I'm going to save you for last because I know you're going to love this one the most. Dave, would you like to jump or you want me to jump in right now?
I'll go first. We're starting with 3.
Yeah, start with your third, then your second, then your favorite.
So my tier 3, and this might be a little bit low for some people, but my tier 3 has to be, I'm not sure the date, but I think it was November 12th, 2000 something. Mark Sanchez took it right up and gave it right up the center's buttocks, a la Robin. Where I got to go with the butt fumble, number 3.
Fair enough.
Classic.
That's classic. I don't like that's going to be on just about everyone's list. That's a beautiful classic there. True.
Number 2. This one might sting for a little more of the old heads. The newer, the newer kids on the block might not know. But big draft day. The Jets are up. They need a quarterback. And they decide to take this guy, Ken O'Brien. They're all going, yeah, great. And who went 2 picks later? None other than probably one of the GOATs, Dan Marino, who tortured them for years and years and years. And the Jets have never recovered since then, taking crappy quarterback after crappy quarterback in the first. Kudos to you, Jets. You deserved it.
By the way, fun little fact, both Dan and Ken both have the same number of Super Bowl victories.
True.
And your top Jets failure is
my top Jets failure, and this is a la Prime, and it's really soaking up the tears of Jets fans. Because they're such terrible people, they really deserve this. They really deserve it. If we go back a couple years ago, opening day, the Jets were playing on September 11th. It was a Sunday night. Aaron Rodgers comes out with the flag. The Jets fans thinks they're going to the Super Bowl. And not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 plays into their season, the man gets sniped, goes down, and they have been crying ever since. Jets fans, again, you deserve it.
I really forgot that was the
Oh my
date.
God, yeah, so did I. It's just, no joke. That's perfect. Right, Dave, what a list. This is actually fun because I don't have any of those on my list. I got a couple of honorable mentions that so the butt fumbles in my honorable mention. But I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. So number 3 on my list of favorite Jet failures was a trade that they made. They traded a 4th and a 6th for none other than Mr. Tim Tebow. who ended up throwing 8 passes his entire Jet career. He played more punt protection than he did
Personal
anything
punt
else.
protector.
But
Come on.
the reason it's on my list is because they gave us the shirtless running in the rain video. And for me, that is a supreme highlight that we cannot live without, and we wouldn't have gotten without a trade of a 4 to 6. That is nonstop running. We all know what it looks like. But yeah, so thank you, Tebow. Thank you, Jets. Thank you, Rain. Number 3 is Tim Tebow on my list. Number 2 is a Jet favorite. This is not. This is it's similar to your number 1, but in a different vein. My number 2 Jet failure is brought to us by Mo Lewis. My number 2 Jet failure is Mo Lewis injuring none other than Drew Bledsoe. People thought it was going to be the end of the Patriots, but what was it? In fact, it was the welcome to the show, Tom Brady. If it wasn't for Mo Lewis, who at the time thought he was the man, if it wasn't for him, who knows what would have happened. And then lastly, I think this one is for Waldo, all the other Yinzers out there, Kagans. Number 1 Jet failure has to be the 2010 season AFC Championship game. That was the game of the can't wait. Well, guess what, Bart Scott? You probably should have waited because that led you right into the Steelers, and we all know how that went. So, still waiting for you guys to make it back there. That is my top 3 tier talk, if you will. Prime, what do you got?
I love what you guys brought up because I'm sitting here like so many I can say. So I love when you guys bring up other ones. First and foremost, the Mo Lewis one was originally on mine. I had to move it off, as was the butt fumble. I think they're both too prominent at this point, and I wanna really focus on stuff that's gonna hit them really where it hurts. So honorable mention, I'd like to say for me would be the Jets having one of their actually their most successful season since I want to say about 2011. When they went 10-6 with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and the vibes were immaculate, and they still missed the playoffs.
Was that the 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter?
They still missed the playoffs. But don't worry, because I believe they ran it back the next year, and then he threw like 6 interceptions against KC or something like that. But honorable mention. So my tier 3 for me, it's hard to put this so low, but it's got to be the napkin. I resign, written on a napkin by the greatest coach of all time. You had the greatest coach of all time right under your nose. And he looked at your organization from the inside out and said, no way, this place stinks. There's no way I'm staying here. Went to an organization that had not won since his boss, Parcells, left. A terrible organization at the time. Who would be a fan of that organization? And went to go and build the greatest dynasty of all time to torment you guys in your division. The day that he was going to announce that he was your coach, you said, this is our brand new coach. And he came up and he said, I just signed this little napkin here and said, I resign. A napkin. Jets fans have never wiped their face with a napkin ever since. So that's my tier 3 because it's near and dear to my heart. My tier 2, this one was tough. I went back and forth with this one for me. Everyone talks about the butt fumble because that ended, that really started the end of Mark Sanchez. But I like to think of the first time that we really saw what Mark Sanchez was. And every Jet fan had to sit there and say, no. He's just a rookie and he made a mistake. They played Buffalo, I believe it was a Monday night, and he threw 5 terrible interceptions. Buffalo at the time was god awful. Really bad, really bad. And going into the week, I remember specifically watching NFL Total Access and they're saying, this is a perfect game for a young quarterback to get into a rhythm. They're going to run the ball. They went out there. It was freezing cold. They ran the ball, couldn't run it a lick. Every time he dropped back, it was an interception or a sack. And he got to the sideline. He looked down. He looked down at their little play sheet. And the coach just came over and went, and that was all. That's all we had to see. That's all we had to see. A grown man getting his back rubbed on national television because it was over. It was over. He knew this was. There's no way I'm coming back from these 5 interceptions, and he rode some coattails to make it look like he had a chance, but he didn't. And number one for me, and this is a personal favorite because I was there. I was at a draft. I used to play for a team called the Elmont Cardinals. I had a great coach, and he's like, "Listen, I want to take you guys to the NFL draft." It took about 6 of us, so we camped out the whole night, everything like that. It was super cool. This is back at what is it, Radio City or whatever it is.
New York, wherever, yeah.
Yeah. So super cool. We get in there, and I remember the environment was so cool, and the Jets get on the board, and it becomes paranoid. Like Jet fans are going crazy. It's loud. People are screaming, yelling. And I'm like, Jesus, this is the worst place to be in like on the planet. And the commissioner walks up and says the Jets are gonna draft this physical marvel, this guy that was just like molded out of clay to be a just animal named Vernon Volstis. And I seen 3 different grown men in Jet jerseys crying tears of joy, hugging each other. And I sat there and I was like, did I just witness like the beginning of their ascent? And this old guy was sitting next to us. He had a Giants jersey on. He looked at me and said, You're a Patriots fan, right? And I had a Patriots shirt on, so I was like, yes. And he said, don't worry. They're gonna jet it up. Just give him a moment. Vernon Golston now has more arrests than sacks. So, for me, there's nothing better than drafting a criminal in the top 10. A can't miss prospect. And now all he does is miss court dates because he's going back to jail. That's my number one. And I can say a million more, but those three just
There's so many more.
they feed this bottle full of Jet tears.
Yeah, no, that's a great list, and I'm actually surprised we had 0 crossover between our three. That's rare for Tier Talk, that's for sure.
One honorable mention that I had written, but I didn't put it down, is that when Tebow ran, he drove down the Broncos for a 95-yard drive and then ran in with a few seconds left, a 20-yard touchdown against the Jets, and then they traded for him, and then he sucked.
That is chronologically, that is what happened.
Oh, I also had an honorable mention when they bought in a legendary quarterback and it didn't work. No, not Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre, and then he was sending dick pics to a bunch of employees.
To be fair, he had been doing it in Green Bay and in Minnesota,
Yeah,
but no one
you're
complained
winning.
about
I was
it.
just like, you're winning. No one cares a dick pic when you're winning.
I mean, there was also the Geno Smith getting his jaw broken by his own teammate.
Yeah, was that the Jets?
That was the Jets.
The Jets.
That was the Jets.
Imagine.
And
oh my God.
Eek and Polio, whatever his name is. And there's also Rex Ryan's wife.
Oh my God, yeah, the feats.
And Sam Darnold seeing ghosts.
He is still seeing ghosts to this day. Except now that
No, but he looks. He's a
now they're like Casper, he's cool with him and shit. He's nice and friendly when you're not in New York. Jesus. Oof.
Anyway, that is our Tier Talk. That is our Jets, our favorite Jets failures. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Davo, what do they have to do?
They have to like and subscribe. Again, guys, this is a new channel that we're on. So if you could please subscribe so you get all your up-to-date information when the episode actually drops, and you can like us as well. Share with your friends and family because somehow we get a lot of views and there's not even that many people in Jubal, but we still appreciate it. League
I got a lot of
Leaks.
cousins.
I got-
A lot of cousins.
League Leaks game 1. We'll take up the 8 a.m. spot, but if you want to play game 2, there's still sign-ups. So
Sign up, don't be a bum.
maybe we can get 2 game 2s also. Like, listen, you never know. Besides that, I don't know.
Well, Davo, what are we?
We are 3 balls in,
And now we are.
3 balls out.
All right, boys.
Yeah. 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 Davo Logan. 3 balls in. Jubal vibes. Sit back on the couch. Let's ride. We chilling.
And here we are, season 5, episode 2. No need to. Yaron's coming into this game with what?
Big word.
Oh, we're all gonna do no.
Oh, yeah, I'm going straight.
Yeah,
through.
go
Okay.
straight through. Go straight.
I think it's November 12th, 2022. Mark Sanchez taking it up the middle and giving it right to his center in the butt. A la Robin.
2022.
By the way, I also love it how you were like, I think the date was, and then you gave us like to the minute what the date was.
But they said 2022.
Was it?
September 11th, 2023.
Oof.
Oh, I was like, I know the Jets were involved. I was like, come on, man. Like, that's not the same thing.
Let's try that again.
Demonetized.
YouTube has just canceled us.
Oh, man.
All right, let's try that again.